that scene.
Yo, good day, and welcome to another episode of the RoadFS DetailBookie Podcast, where every week we try to bring you amazing guests to inspire, motivate, and give you tips to grow your business. I am, as you know, Jody Sedrick, and that is
Rod Pusey playing the part of a transformer.
And we are super excited. We have the legendary Carter Jones, the director, president, all-round face, CEO of Handicapped
bottle washer
and Hustlin. And look at him; he's got a new shirt, man. It's all poloed up with the logo, looking like $1 million. Actually, he looks like Clark Kent.
He does kind of look like Superman.
He's Superman.
So, how are you doing, Carter?
Good. How are you guys?
Good,
We're doing
man.
good. How are things up in Canada?
Good. Pretty busy, which is awesome. Not looking forward to the winter.
That's awesome.
So,
go ahead, right?
It looks like you're rebuilding the inside of your van, I noticed, doing some work in there, making it a little more awesome.
Yeah, so back in March, I made the crazy decision to buy a new work van. And so we're trying to get it set up to be a full mobile detail unit, because I'm tired of working with bins and stuff.
Yep.
That's awesome. So I want to talk about, we met you a couple years ago, and you have really leaned into your brand. I mean, from the very name of your business, Handicapped and Hustlin. And I was thinking about other brands like Kimball's Auto Detailing, where their brand is really centered around a family-owned business. You're leaning into your cerebral palsy and just kick-ass attitude and get it done. And, and I just love that, because I think a lot of people really struggle with finding their identity and building a business around not only their identity, but what they value. And you, dude, you just kick it out of the park. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, to be honest, I have no idea what I'm doing half of the time.
Yeah. Well, and I think that part of it is that, and this is something when you and I were talking online about having this podcast, and I was going through this surgery and having this, it really kind of struck me, because it's not about what, most people can't find their identity, like Jody said, but your identity was kind of not, you
put
didn't
on
choose
you.
it. But you're not, that's not slowing you down. And I think that's the thing is,
Yeah.
Like this thing the other day, I was worried about it. It's my dominant arm and I couldn't use it the right way and everything. And I've had to find ways to do everything with one hand. And I think that is, in a really, really, really small way, I can see how you've had to learn how to do things differently. Not that you can't do them, it's just you have to do them differently than other people.
Totally. I gotta tell everyone, it's not that I can't do something. I'll do it, but I'll do it different.
Yeah. And I think that's what we saw that when we were with you in Canada, that there wasn't any part of the process that you were not able to do, with the exception of maybe the roof of a 3/4 ton truck.
Yeah.
And we could rig something up. We'll get a little crane. We'll pick him up, dangle him over the top, like Tom Cruise. You'll be up there like Tom Cruise.
Mission Impossible.
That's right.
I do that because I can't really take the top off of my van now. So
Yeah.
I need something to get me up there.
Yeah. So what would you say is beyond the physical challenges? What are the challenges you're facing as a business owner and people looking at you as maybe not able to do the things you do?
So I find it goes two ways. People will book with me because I am in a wheelchair, but then there's other people that won't because of that reason. They think I can't do it, or someone else can do it better. So it's just to, I guess, teach people that I can do it, and So that's one of the struggles.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the thing about that is to me that would mean you rely a lot more on your, like a lot of detailers rely on before and after shots, but yours really tell a different story, right? Most people are just, bragging, or they're just showing, their work on every day. Yours really says, I can do this, right? This look at what I can do.
And I've slowly been learning that over the 5 years. And I post more personal stuff now.
Yeah.
I post more of me working instead of just the before and afters.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's really important because I think a lot of detail business owners, they get caught up in presenting the car instead of the work. And you've
Yeah.
really leaned into not only the work, but also how you do the work. And I just love seeing you with a little polisher or a little applicator, and you're up there just making that car look amazing. And I think if more detail business owners would focus more on the results and the work in progress, that they would build they would find that more people are drawn to them because of what they see that they're doing.
Yeah. And like, be honest with your talents. Don't
Yes.
try to be good than you are already. You know what I mean? Like, just build a connection.
Yes, I think that's really important, is to have that connection, and especially now, explain to people that don't know you. You're not in like a huge metropolitan area. You're in a smaller location in Canada,
Yeah.
right?
So I was in Calgary for a couple years. That is a big city here. But I moved 3 hours south of Calgary.
Mhm.
So I'm like in between two bigger cities. So like we have, I think it's just under 70,000 people here, and
Yeah,
less than that Alberta.
yeah. So as we cruise into winter, and people all over, we talked about this last week with our guests. What do you do in your area in Canada to keep yourself busy in the winter?
I've had more active on social media. Um, just try to go out in public, like to the mall, like whatever, just try to advertise, get your name out there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have tried to go into some dealerships and stuff, but they never worked out. So
Yeah.
just try to make yourself be seen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, and you do a really good job of that too. So you've got your merch and you've got your name out there, and I think that's something that a lot of people that struggle with that don't realize, is how important that is, just to get your name out there.
Totally. And back to winter, I am kind of terrified this year. 'Cause, this year is the first year that I'll be going to winter with a car painting.
Yep. That's
So,
great. So coming up next year, is there any big changes you got coming up other than just redoing your van? Are you going to be traveling, going to any shows, going to trainings?
I would like to do some more trainings. SEMA is always in the back of my mind, but
Yeah.
it's sometimes expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
It's not really worth it for me to go every year. Like, it's fun, but as a business point of view, it's not really worth it, you know?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and that's kind of a decision I think a lot of people make, is which years to go to certain things. That's, Jody and I do the same thing. 2 years ago, we were traveling all over 14, 15 times a year. This year, we've really pulled back and done
About half as much.
About half as much, yeah. So, that's just a business decision. Like you said, that's the thing. You've got to be there. There's your friend right
There's
there,
our
Mr.
friend
Paolo.
Paolo, man.
Carlo.
Yeah,
So-
he's a good guy.
So, and you've been to different trainings, right? We saw you last year with that Paolo shop doing the training. Not only it was APEX, PPF had Paolo doing the owner's pride, and Richard there with leather repair. So have you ventured into other areas of detailing other than just the detailing?
Not really, like, because I'm mobile, PPF is not really possible.
Yeah.
And I don't have interest in it. I have thought about leather repair, but the startup cost is so expensive, and because that is one area where I would need a lot of help with doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So I would have to constantly be training employees and stuff like that. So for now, that's kind of put on the back burner. So maybe just detailing Pinterest and ceramic coatings, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No,
So
that makes sense.
Chris asked you a good question. Other than your Facebook, which is just Facebook, it's Handicapped and Hustlin, and your phone number, how do people follow you on other social media platforms?
So we are on YouTube. I don't post often. So YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I am really trying to focus on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and on TikTok and Instagram, guys, it's Handicapped and Hustlin. He's very easy to find. He has really good content. So
yeah, and it's I think that the key is, and I was talking with it to some women that are and I'm making a big assumption here, but a lot of women don't want to be looked at like, oh, you're a female, you're a woman detailer. They're just a detailer. And I look at you the same way. You're just a detailer. Yeah. You just do it a little bit differently. Yeah. And I mean, I can tell you firsthand, being with you side by side working on a car, like you said, there's nothing, ceramic coatings. I think we did a 2-part ceramic coating when we were at Apollo shop, and you were able to do that. You're able to do all aspects of it.
The paint correction.
And some even better. Like, let's pick on Alex Russell, who doesn't like to bend over and do rockers. Carter's an expert at doing rockers, man. He's right there.
Yeah, and with this new wheelchair, I say new, but I've had it for almost 2 years now. With this wheelchair, really changed my detailing game with the height. I can go up and down.
Yep.
So that was
just a different way of thinking about it. Now tell us about your van. Is a full-size Transit, or is it one of the smaller ones?
No, so I went full. So it's a 2020 Ford Transit T250.
Yep.
So it's a full-size medium roof. So they can stand in there if you're like 6 foot tall. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot. It's a big upgrade from the van you had before that had something like, I don't know, 7 million miles on it.
Yeah. It had just over like 350,000 K.
That's a lot of work,
man.
That's a lot of miles on
man.
a mobile rig. But, mobile detailers, that's what you do.
Yeah, it was beating the crap. Like, I did not think it came of that.
Yeah. Well, and I like there's kind of a hidden message there about your new wheelchair, right? It's amazing what the right tool enables you to do, right? So you can take your skill and knowledge and apply it because you have the right tools in your hand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. So there you go. Here's a little Transit envy from Chris.
So what have been some tools that have been really helpful for you to elevate your game?
The van, to be honest. I don't know if it's true, but that's the way I think. It looks more professional, pulling up to a client's house and a fresh ceramic coated,
Yep.
good looking cover, versus old ass minivan. Right? So that I think that has helped with my curb appeal, I guess. And then the wheelchair has helped a lot too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just being able to adjust it. So, and then are you still using the 3-inch polisher? Is that your go-to?
That's the only way I can hold. So,
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's perfect. It's like it was made for you. They should call it the Carter Jones.
They should call it the Carter
it's the
Jones,
RoadFS
man.
CG. It's just that's how it is. You should get royalties when
You should
somebody
get-
buys
yeah.
it. So, but it's actually, I mean, it's a great polisher. I've used it on some really high-end cars. We did a Mecum Auto auction car, a black Trans Am, and that's the polisher that I used on the whole thing when I was working with it. So
Nice. If Jason Rose is watching, I need a bigger one. I need a 5-inch or 6-inch one.
yeah, they need to make the same thing only bigger. Yeah, exactly.
That'd be nice.
Cause it takes me a long time to do a whole car with a 3-inch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. That's a lot.
That's
a
a
little
lot.
pad when you think about doing
It's
the
like-
whole car with that. But yeah, I don't think that people put enough into the ergonomics of stuff. You know, a lot of the manufacturers don't, and that's ergonomically that's a really great machine. I'm trying to think of the name of the sanders, the palm sanders that RoadFS puts out too.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, they have really, really ergonomic hand sanders that are really good too. If you go to their site.
Yeah.
So no SEMA, just work. So what are you doing nowadays for fun when you're outside of the detailing?
Yeah,
world?
because I want to go there because it seems like anytime I see you not working, you're on the beach with some hot babe.
Yeah, so I pretty much work 24/7, but I do take some time. I like traveling. So this year in January, I went to the Bahamas, and then about a month ago, I went on my first cruise.
Awesome.
That's
But
fun.
like at the time when I'm not traveling, I'm working 24/7.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's definitely.
We definitely see
Yeah,
that.
we see that. There's
I either
definitely-
see you on a beach or on a boat or with the polisher in your hand.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty
Yeah, and
much.
living in Medicine Hat, you're gonna, we could put a snow plow adaptation on the front of your wheelchair, and you could plow snow in the winter too.
I used to do that, yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, my dad would cut the handle off a shovel and mount it on the wheelchair. And I used to plow the driveway and stuff.
Yeah.
There you go.
I can just see that.
Oh, yeah.
A little adjustable
snow
plow.
plow,
He's
yeah.
got his hands over here to control forward, this hand to lift the lift and push forward, move all the snow. That'd be awesome.
Absolutely, some tank tracks on it.
Yeah.
I need a tractor wheelchair. Have you seen those things?
Yeah, I have. They are amazing.
Yeah,
they have
they are.
these off-road crazy chairs, man.
Yeah, so cool.
It's the urban assault chair.
Yeah, you need that.
Yeah, but they're like 25 grand.
Yeah, they're a lot. They're a lot of money. So
Yeah, but you're Carter Jones, man. You got you got Jones money.
Not yet.
That's funny. So
So let's talk about a couple of things that people have never met you before. How long have you been doing detailing?
It will be 6 years in January. No,
Wow.
February.
Yep.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, it is. It is. And you're not an old guy. You're a young guy. Anybody that's been doing it 6 years, that's a big accomplishment. And then, but especially for somebody that's young, to be doing it for 6 years.
Hey, I'm 25. I started pretty much at 20. So
Yep. There you go. Mr.
25, dude,
Yeah.
you are young.
He's super young. Look at him.
Yeah.
So that you started out doing that. You moved from Calgary. Now you're in Medicine Hat. So are you going to be in Medicine Hat for a long time? Or are you planning on moving around? Or
I don't see it as my forever home, but for now, like, I just don't like how small it is.
yeah.
I'm from Calgary, which is like way, way bigger.
Oh
So
yeah.
I like the bigger city, but for now, it is what it is.
Yeah. It is. And do you have to travel between the two cities you're in between to do a lot of work that you're doing now?
So I don't travel too much because it's not worth my time really, right? So there's two smaller towns, I guess you call them, on the other side of Medicine Hat. So I'll go there, but that's pretty much all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is a smart thing. There's a lot of mobile people that'll go anywhere. And, for them, that works. But for a lot of people, it doesn't because, like you said, it's not worth the travel time and the wear and tear and the expenses. And if they're not building that into their process, then they're really not making money.
No, they're not. So I'll try to slip it out, and yeah.
So,
Okay.
so what have you, I mean, you're 6 years into this. What have you learned about building a business that you think would be helpful to other people?
You kind of gotta be a little bit insane.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
You gotta, if you want it to become something real, you gotta go in all the way. You can't, there is no backup plan.
Yeah. Yeah, that is definitely
Go
true.
all the way
Go all the
in,
way in and be a
man.
little bit insane. And I think that's true because, we always tell people all the time, we're like, we're just crazy enough to think that this is actually going to work. And and I think that's the thing is it's like you said, there's no backup plan. We're just going to do this.
Yeah.
We're going to go all in and we're going to make it work no matter what it takes, And I think
Yeah.
that's a testament to a lot of detailers as the manufacturers throw stuff at us like crappy paint, super thin, new substrates, water-based paint, matte finishes, and you just have to adapt to it and just keep going.
Totally. Like, for me, this is it.
Yeah.
I do have goals in the future, but that's not for like a long time.
No.
But I would like to eventually. I'm actually trying to start on it now. I would like to kind of get away from detailing myself and start working on the business instead of in the business.
Yep. And I think that's a good goal for people. It's establish a business, which usually starts out as a job.
Yeah.
And then work it into an actual business and then take it to that next level where you can focus on it and grow it. And there's some really good people. I'll put a little shout out here coming up. The IDA is putting together a mentorship program with successful business owners. They'll be able to help people do just that. It's like, what aspect of your business are you working on that you need help with? And let's talk to somebody that's already done that and see if you can.
I will definitely be interested in hearing more about that. I'm trying to do like step back and focus on the business, and I just have no clue what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah, most business owners don't. They just jump in and I can do this. I can build it. I'm crazy enough to believe I can.
Yeah, and I think
having some mentorship really, really helps. Rod and I were lucky because we had each other to bounce ideas off and to challenge each other when it needed to be challenged, to push each other.
And for Jody to tell me when I'm being stupid.
And vice versa. And, but it's when you're a solo operator, sometimes you're all alone and you're like, what do I do?
now? Yeah. But I think the hardest part for business owners is to turn it over, right? I mean, you have a reputation, you have a level or a standard of work quality that you put out, and you have to bring somebody in and show them that quality of work, right? I mean, it's got to be up to your level.
Maybe I'm wrong, but no employee care as much as you care.
Correct.
True.
Correct. That is absolutely true. No matter what you do, they don't care as much as you. There are ways to deal with that too when you get into mentorship with people that have had multiple employees and have had the business grow. And a lot of it is giving those employees the room to grow and to allowing them to be the owner of their own part of the company as far as taking their advice, listening to them, and being a leader and not a boss. And I think there's a huge distinction between a leader and a boss.
Yeah. And I don't ever really look at myself as a boss. I just kind of help them learn processes and kind of teach them new ways of doing stuff. But it's very rare I'm the boss kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's good because that allows them to actually say, hey, look, I found this technique, or I found this way that I can cut, 10 minutes off every job. And that's, people want to be heard, and they want to own their own destiny, if you will. They want to own the way they do things. So at the end of the day, it comes down to getting the car to the level you want it. It doesn't come down to, you have to do it exactly how I do it.
Like, as long as it's clean and as long as you use the proper chemicals, do whatever you want.
Yeah. That's the thing. And the ones that we see, the businesses that we see that are successful, they, they're the owners will have the employees go to the trainings so that they learn.
Billy Smith, dude, he always brings his entire team.
His whole crew, and then like with Kirk Evans, he's big into training of his employees and getting them. He calls it Burger King because you have your own flavor, right? It's the Carter Jones burger. And when you go to a customer, they expect that. And, there's other burgers out there, but this is the one that we make, and this is how it's built. And I think that is the key to it, is making everybody kind of on the same page. Dustin Jackson at Easy End Detailing,
he has great.
It's the same thing. There's a consistency across the board.
Because people see work on Facebook or Instagram, and then they want their car to look like what they saw.
As I'm listening, as I'm thinking about this conversation and moving from being a boss to a leader, I think of, not only Dustin Jackson, I think of Joel LaPalme, I think of Samuel Laguerre. He's one of our long-term customers. He has a team of about 16 to 18 people. And every week he has a little motivational minute with them. And he sits down, they gather around as a team. He's been doing some research, and he always shares the book that he's reading. And so they'll come and say, hey, look, what did you draw out of that book? And so he creates a very dynamic environment for growth, not only from a business level, but on a personal level. He's really leaning into the personal growth because what he's found is that if I elevate my team members, then my business is elevated.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I'm very supposed to talk about this, but I will. So I have taken team members to training, but then it's happened twice to me now. They end up leaving a couple months later, and doing their own thing.
Yeah, a lot of times that will happen, and that's one of the challenges. That's the biggest challenge I think in business is. But I can tell you from our standpoint that what we've done is when we stopped worrying about that, when we didn't have fear that this employee was going to leave, and we just accepted them and opened our arms up and really built a core team, and that was always our goal in our business. We wanted to build a core team and then move forward. That really hasn't happened for years and years and years. And I think that is Jody's talked about this a lot in some of his other podcasts of you can't live in fear, right? I mean, you have to just lead with, the best intentions. And if somebody leaves, they're going to leave.
Congratulate them.
Yeah.
And thank them.
It's not that I'm scared. It's just kind of, I don't know if it's solving the right way, but when someone leaves, then I find out through a Facebook post and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's a hard one. That is a really hard one.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a proper answer to that other than you just keep going and eventually you find that person or persons that'll hang out with you and stay there, and they're really good employees.
Yeah. So it's and that's something being a business owner that I never expected, like people copying you.
Yeah, and that's a hard one. That's a hard one. We've dealt with that in the software industry. We've dealt with it, and we've got other industries that we're involved in besides the automotive, and that happens almost all the time. So,
yeah, it's a crazy thing when you start growing to where you have employees, because if you're like, and I think most business owners are, they really want to take care of their employees. They want to give them opportunities and train them. And sometimes, dude, it is just heart-wrenching to see someone leave, right? It just dude, I put much into you. But at the same time, recognizing that you may have been the launching pad that they needed for their life. I mean, we had that one employee that he was really challenging to kind of manage and work through. He had a lot of personal stuff going on, and we really leaned into him. And finally, he ended up leaving, and years later he came back and he's like, I just want to thank you guys for leaning into me when I was going through that tough period. And sometimes you are the catapult for somebody else's success. And other places, you're the safety net for them to learn and grow and become part of your family long term. I mean, we look at our employees, and our average employee's been with us 10 years, right? And it's because we've created an environment where I hope that they feel, and I see this, that they feel like they're contributing to the team and they're contributing to the direction. And when you can create that type of environment, you will attract the right tribe to help you grow your business and stay with you.
Yeah.
And I just find that it's really having new people, training them, doing it over and over and over again.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it is hard. There's some people are just always going to start go and do their own thing. But a lot of times I think there's ways to do it. One of the things we did with our employees is there's a group of employees that have been here the longest, and they own part of the company. We gave them a percentage of ownership. So they actually do now own part of it. So that gives them more of an incentive to care. Yeah. And they do care about it. And that's proven. The other thing is just treating them like you want to be treated. I mean, it's just, my daughter always says, just don't be a douche, treat people decently, treat them with respect, and treat them as humans. And I think that goes a long way. So, and I know that about you. I mean, you're one of the most genuine people I've ever met. And you've got a good attitude and you're fun, and you can go party and hang out with Carter. He's a good guy.
So, I don't know, that's just something that is probably the toughest about your business.
Yeah, and then just hitting the changing times. That's the thing is, there's always some new tax or some new thing that comes in, and I think that one of the things that Jody and I do is we'll actually bounce the frustration off each other, and then we kind of just take a big deep breath and we go, okay, all right, what are we going to do now? How are we going to deal with this? What are we going to do to get over this hump, right? And I think that a lot of times people just give up when really that's the time they need to push harder.
Totally, because if you ain't giving up, if you push a little bit harder, that's when you break out and you go bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing is I think that's the attitude that people need to accept is just, when it's silly. It's the old saying of, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. But that's really what it is. It's like that's when you need to dig your heels in and really push. It
Yeah.
is when things are at their worst. Not that you don't when they're good. I mean, when they're good, you want to keep them that way. You want to keep that high level of standard. But really, when things hit the bottom, you got to push harder.
Yeah.
We have a big client that when the economy tanks, they invest more money than when it's doing good. And if you think about that mentality, when it's doing good and you're bringing in lots of dollars, you don't have to do as much because you're already doing that. But when the economy tanks, they will invest more into their employees and more into the business, and that's what gets them through. And they are second generation.
Yeah.
They are.
Oh, actually third, because
that third generation in the
the
same
guys coming
business,
up.
and that is the attitude they've always got, is to push harder. And I think that comes a little easier for you because you've kind of always had to face the challenge. So that's the thing is, and the funny part about it is like you do it with a big smile on your face and a laugh, and most people would not be able to accept half of what you've had to deal with during your life. And I think that is what keeps you being successful, is just that not going to get taken advantage of, not going to get pushed down, not going to get told you can't do something. And that's great. I love it when somebody comes to me. The biggest mistake somebody can do is come to me and tell me I can't do something. They've tried.
Yeah, same thing here. I mean, if someone tells me they can't do something, I'm like, yes, you can. You can just think about it, and you can do whatever you put your mind to.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing is we've had, people have come in and said that, oh, you guys can't do that. Oh, yes, we can. For sure we can do that. And I think that's just what gets you through life, right?
And when someone tells me I can't do something, it makes me want to do it even more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You
That
and
is
Rod are cut out of the same
Oh,
cloth,
yeah.
man. It's like, can't tell me I can't. Yeah.
Oh,
let
yeah,
me
we'll show you. Yep. So going into this winter and into this next year, you're going to focus on ceramic coatings and high-end finished stuff. What is the kind of vehicles you like working on the most?
Short ones.
Yeah. So I like doing like German stuff, I guess, like all these reviews, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
I hate Korean stuff.
Yeah.
Like hunting, yeah. They just don't come clean no matter what you do. They do not come clean.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that just comes down to the quality of standard of the vehicles, right? There's a lot of high standards in the German vehicles that come out, Audis, Porsches, and BMWs, and some of the other cars are not high end like that.
No, it's like when I do a Kia or something, or one of those types of cars, it's like the client might be happy with it, but I'm not happy with it. Because it's such a beauty to me, but there's nothing else I can do.
Yeah. Yeah, some of those cars just don't have the quality built into them, and I think it's getting worse and worse with automakers.
100%. Like here, I don't know if it's because we get so much more sun here than Calgary, but I find myself doing more headlight restorations on newer vehicles.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can get them. My wife got a new vehicle last summer, and it looked like somebody had taken like a burlap sack and washed it. It was just a mess, and it had 0 miles on it. It was just absolutely a mess. And versus something that's 10 years old, and somebody brings in and it's 10 years old, but it doesn't look as bad as a new one.
Like on Monday, I detailed a 04 Honda Civic. That carpet was so nice to deal with versus like a be same.
Yeah. Or like a Volkswagen. I'm not even sure that a new Volkswagen that's actually carpet. I don't know what it is, but it's not carpet.
It's
AstroTurf. I don't know what it is. It's horrible.
Yeah.
And you can't get
Have you ever tried to polish a black Volkswagen?
No.
Don't.
Just don't.
My brother, 22 Atlas, around the same time I got my van. So I was like, I'll do a travel coin for you. That's like content that would be good to post. That paint was miserable to work with. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, and I think that's certain. I think it has to do with the paint that those manufacturers use.
Yeah.
Because we've dealt with that before, where there's some paints. We were at actually it was an older car. We were in the Peterson Museum, and there was a beautiful black Ford Galaxy 500.
Oh gosh!
And it was a repaint from a custom shop, and it every time they touched that paint with any product, it would just hazed up. It was just horrible. And they finally figured out the combination to get there, but some of those are so challenging to work with that they just, like you said, you'd rather not.
Even my van, I had no idea how challenging a white vehicle would be. It's not fun to do. And I don't know if it's because of the work van and Ford doesn't give a crap, but the paint on that is horrible.
Yep, that's what we find. We found a brand new black Chevy pickup. Carlos Galan in Oregon had it, and it had 2 mils of paint from the factory, brand new. I mean, he told the client, he's like, I can't do anything. I can put some spray on it, but I can't touch it because it's so thin.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, that's what we deal with on a daily basis. So
you get to deal with on a daily basis.
That's right. So remember, if you've got a black Volkswagen, look up Handicapped and Hustlin, and
he loves them.
I will send you somewhere else.
Exactly. You need to get a partner, and you just farm those out to them.
Yeah.
Here's my referral card.
Yeah.
Don't tell me I never sent you business, because
that's right.
I'll send you all my black ones.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But then I did a black Mercedes in August, and that was like easy.
Yeah. Well, again, it's. I mean, I think it's the quality of paint that they use, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the prep.
It could be the prep too, but I think a lot of it's just the thickness of paint.
But and then I hear all the time, and maybe I'm wrong about that. I hear like a damn black is the worst. Like,
yep. Yeah, it's really brittle. You can basically chip it with your finger by flicking it.
But is it actually Tesla? Or is it more so the clear coat?
I think it's the clear coat. I don't think it's the paint. I think it's the clear that they're using.
Because they're not actually polishing the paint.
Right. You're polishing the clear.
Yeah. Well, this has been a fantastic conversation. We love seeing your continued growth. I mean, you're just out there killing it. 6 years as a detailer, a mobile detailer on top of that. And what is maybe a last thought that you think might be helpful to other business owners or people?
Yeah, if you're gonna start a business, no matter what it is, be prepared for losing.
Yep.
Something that people don't talk enough about is how lonely starting a business is, or even working on the business.
Yeah. I think
good.
so.
That's good.
There's a lot of long nights standing there staring at the wall, going, "What the hell did I get myself into?"
Looking in the mirror, trying to motivate yourself. Yeah. You got this. You got this. You got this. Right?
Yeah, and people who say they're your friends don't stick around, but it's hard to meet people because you're so focused on trying to build this dream.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
good. I love that.
Exactly. And then the last thing I thought of is, you call yourself a mobile detailer, but you've got a mobile rig, but you're also mobile yourself. So you're like the mobile squared. It's like mobile,
I never thought about that. Yeah.
You're like it's like a corn dog with two outer coatings, right?
A corn dog.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, we
Hey,
really
we-
appreciate you coming on, Carter.
Maybe we should call you M&M.
That's right. Mobile and mobile. He's
Yeah.
the M&M of the detailing industry.
Yeah, no more explanation ever.
That's awesome. Well, Carter, thank you so much
Yeah.
for taking time. For you, those of you watching, please go out and connect with them on all the socials. It's Handicapped and Hustlin. And dude, if you want to be motivated and inspired, Clark Kent Jr. is the
That's
guy
right.
to watch.
That's
so,
right.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime, man.
Well, next week we are going to be live from Kentucky. It is the IDA Global Training Event.
Right.
We're going to be at Dan Cummins with the detailers of the Roundtable.
I think we're going to certify it's either 24 or 25 detailers in 2 days.
I think 5 of them are going to be Spanish speaking. Carlos Galan and I will, I'm sure, help a little bit.
Yep.
So it's good. So we will be live from Kentucky next week. And then the week after that, we have Levi Gates on the docket.
Levi Gates, his new opportunity he's got. So connect with Carter, connect with us. Looks like we're going to be going to SEMA for a couple of days. And we will be live from SEMA as well.
Yeah. So Carter, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Yep. And you guys, we will check you same time, same bad channel, maybe not same time, but same bad channel, just in Kentucky. See ya.